Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. It means so much. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a keto lemon blueberry bundt cake. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And then in a medium to large size bowl, you're going to want to cream together your butter and your sweetener. Now, I thought I pressed record for this part, but I didn't. So you didn't get to see me cream the butter, but basically all that is you take your butter and you get it to room temperature and then you cut it into little pieces and you put it in your bowl. And I did a half a cup of butter and 1 cup of this erythritol sweetener. Now, I will link the sweetener that I used for this in the description box below, and I will also link the exact measurements for the entire recipe down below for you as well. But I'm a visual learner, so I think it's good for you to also watch the video as well. So once you've creamed your butter and your sugar together, which you're gonna want 1 cup of the sugar, I'm not sure if I said that, but once you've done that, you wanna go ahead and add your cream cheese. So you're going to want to get an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. And I set that out for a couple of hours before I mixed it in with a bowl. It just makes it easier if it's not super hard. It's nice if it's a little bit softer. So here's my cream cheese. And then you want to just mix that with your butter and your sugar substitute until it is all combined. And then you want to go ahead and add 6 whole eggs at room temperature, so you could set those out a couple of hours ahead of time as well. And then you're going to want to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then you're going to want to add 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, which I purchased this lemon extract from Kroger, but I'll try to find one on Amazon and link it down below for you. And if you have a whole lemon, then you can go ahead and zest that into this cake as well. I didn't have a whole lemon on hand, so I left that out of it, and I actually never really add lemon zest. I don't like it to be really too overpowered. I like the taste to be kind of subtle, but if you love lemon, then I think that's totally fine to add the zest of 1 lemon to this. And then you just want to mix that all together really well. And then you want to go ahead and grab a fine mesh strainer, and you're going to want to put 2.5 cups of almond flour through that strainer. Now, the reason I like to do this is because I feel like it makes the cake a little bit more fluffy, and you don't get as much of that grainy texture from the almond flour. And I sieve it through with my hands until it's all the way into the bowl, and then whatever excess like coarse almond flour is left in the fine mesh strainer that I can't strain through, I just toss that in the trash can. So you're going to want to add your almond flour, you're going to want to add a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then you're going to want to add a half a teaspoon of salt, and then you want to just mix that together really well. Now, I don't use the hand mixer for that part, I just use a spatula and I kind of just try to fold the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients gently until it's fully combined. And then you're going to want to get 2 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. Now, all I had on hand this day was a cup of blueberries, and then I had a bag of frozen mixed berries, and there was some spinach in that bag because it was like a smaller bag meant to make like a smoothie. So basically all I did was I kind of went through the bag and I picked out the blueberries as well as the raspberries. So this bundt cake ended up being a blueberry raspberry lemon bundt cake. But typically I only add about 2 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. And this is great that I was able to do it like this though, because it just shows that if you don't like blueberries or you just don't have those on hand and you have something else on hand, that you can totally substitute and it'll turn out just as great. So just remember that 2 cups of fresh or frozen berries of choice. And then I just folded that into the batter really well. And then I went ahead and I sprayed my bundt pan really well. And basically what I do is I just put my bundt pan in the sink and I saturate it with the cooking spray just to make sure that none of the cake sticks to the bundt pan when I go to take it out of the pan. And then I went ahead and I poured the batter into the pan, and what you want to do is you want to bake this, like I said, on 350 degrees for 60 minutes. Now, I set my timer for 30 minutes, and then after 30 minutes, I cover my bundt pan with tin foil, and then I bake it for another 30 minutes that way. And then once it's out of the oven, I wait until the bundt pan is cool to the touch before I try removing the cake from it. And one thing that you can do is you can touch your pan, and if it's cool to the touch and you can pick it up and the edges of the cake have kind of separated from the pan itself, that's when you know it's safe to try to remove it. And I basically just take a butter knife and I gently work the knife around the outside of the cake, just kind of separating it from the pan. And then I put a plate on top of the bundt pan and I flip it over. And this works like a charm every time. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and make the lemon glaze, which is super easy. Basically, all you're going to want to do is add 1/3 cup of confectioner's sugar. Now they have sugar-free confectioner's sugar, and I will link it down below for you. And then you want to add 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now you can also add some lemon zest to this as well, but I did not do that, but please feel free. And then I just mix it really well with a whisk, and then I take a fork and I drizzle it all over the cake. And that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Now let me tell you, this cake is so moist, it's so delicious. People have a hard time believing that this is keto, that this is sugar-free, but it is all of the above. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope that you liked this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please. It only just takes a little click and it means so much to me for you to subscribe and join my growing YouTube family. And until next time, I love you guys so much. Bye.